You never cry. What is wrong with you today? Huh? You have never cried in your life. What is going on? Learning a new lesson? First touch of America? Our children don't cry, you know that? It is forbidden. Give me a smile. Come on. Today we are talking something very important. According to your Western knowledge, you call it throat. Third lock is called Jalandhar Bandh. Throat is not important according to the Western psychology. All right? Perfect. Throat is all sensuality, sexuality, creativity, life. The choreography of sexual and sensual and creative things are done by throat. It is commanded by the sixth center pituitary, called ajna, and it is functional through hands, through legs, and through sexual organs. You don't understand what I'm saying? I know. It's a very painful process, but it is okay. How many of you, as a man and woman, are virgin? Raise your hands. So one way or the other, you has a physical sexual intercourse, right? True? You're all mature, you must have. Now how you could do that? According to you, you got horny. No, I give you the simple science of yours. You got horny, partner was available, so you had it. No, that's not true. Doesn't work that way. The choreography of becoming horny is in your fifth center. That's why you always started kissing. Talking, kissing, hugging, the whole sensuality. Sensuality does not mean only sex. It means entire creative organism in life. Business, success, contracts, projection, professional success. Name it. Social relationship, personal relationship, sexual relationship, anything. Whatever you talk, do, everything. It is with the strength of the fifth center, fifth chakra. It is the point of your projection initiation. The desire to command projection comes from the sixth center. Physical completion is done by the lingam. Male organ is a lingam, female organ is a lingam, hands are lingam, legs are lingam. Anything which is beyond the trunk of the body is called lingam. So your move, your walk, your work, all based on the fifth center. See, my fifth center is in trouble. I wish everybody should experience for one day how to speak through the nose. It's so painful, God. It hurts. But you got to heal, therefore you got to do this too. Your power to be, not to be. Repeat, to be, not to be, is based on the fifth chakra. You understand the importance of it? How you talk. If there is a flex in your tongue when you talk, it is effective. If your tongue has no flex in it, doesn't matter what you say, the other person will never understand it. You have to wait till I go through these weeks to when I can speak really right. And then I can teach you how to speak. Communication, the art of communication. But right now I am handicapped, so we'll talk about the fifth center. Our power and our projection is never, ever under our control. Not that what you say, how you say it. What you say, when you say, and how you say it. You can say, "Hello, how are you?" The other word is, "Oh, great, how are you?" Are you saying, "Hi, my dear, what a wonderful time to see you. How are you? What a good day to see you. How are you?" You can do anything, but question is how you're going to say it. How you're going to say it, you have to back up with your feelings. And feelings are never real. Spontaneously, your mood and your mode. Mode is your lifestyle. Mood is at the given time. How you speak. Now, for example, say it this way. Repeat it. I love you.
I love you.
Now say it. I really love you.
I really love you.
I am in love with you.
I am in love with you.
When I see you, the fountain of love starts flowing.
When I see you, the fountain of love starts flowing.
Your sight brings love in me.
Your sight brings love in me.
Do you feel the difference? We are just communicating. How we communicate and how we put our feeling behind it. Therefore, the sixth center, the ajna, and the fifth work together. Fourth and fifth work together. Third and fifth work together. Second and fifth work together. First and fifth work together. When you want to poop and it doesn't come, what do you do? Eat. Don't forget that. Don't you? In sex, automatic. Fifth sentence starts, you may not notice it. What is that called? Loud moaning? Remember that? Who taught you that? No, it is automatic. Third chakra. What? All this signs and symptoms which comes with it. The balance of the third chakra, which balance your life, if you feel any fear or any reflection, projection, great, small, fifth center will immediately come in activity. Sixth center, when you feel something intuitively, first symptom is your lips will move. If you're feeling great, have you done that sometime? When your seventh center sashra works and you are in ecstasy, at that moment only you like to hear your own voice. And this is the voice you create. Or you start whistling. You will create a voice which doesn't mean anything for anybody. It will only mean for you. So life creative angle is based on the fifth center. We are going to do a little exercise today. Hey, where is Dr. Suram?
He's not feeling well, sir.
First time in 20 years? Must be. We'll check. The exercise you have to do is this. Chin in, this index finger, you do this, chin in, spine straight, and you will chant. It will be difficult. I don't know how you will sound it. Chin in, chest out, lock your chin. If you practice few practices with this chakra, your whole life can change. You don't have to go to a nirvana and a reborn for it. It's because you must understand, your projection is automatically involved with fifth chakra. So if you understand the basic importance of it, you understand it all together. Hamiyam Brahmam. You see? Try it. Exactly in 11 minutes it will let you know what it can do for you. Experiment it. Not this way. Put your chin in. No, not like this, like this. There will be totally, these two muscles will be straightened up tight. That means parathyroid and thyroid will be totally brought into lock. That's what it will be. Play. Must understand, when you speak with this lock, it will be spoken with the root of the tongue. You can't use the tip. It will be pressure right here. So try to understand the beauty of it. And that stimulation will go. All right? You have to straighten your neck with your spine. This is how the posture will look like. Normally you talk bent forward. You talk about 80 degree, normally. This you won't talk like that. This is how it will be. You'll go absolutely to a perpendicular angle. It will work miracle if you do that. But if you bend forward or bend down like this, or relax your neck like this, normally we talk like that. That's not. You have to apply the Jalandhar Bandh, the neck lock. And then you speak. Play.
Hami
relax. There's nothing in your life I went into a deep log myself. But anyway, so long you live, this fifth center, fifth chakra is involved. Sometimes you talk voluntarily, sometimes there are involuntary nerves which talk also. But to remain young, young in spirit and young in looks, 11 minutes of Jalandhar Bandh, 11 minutes of this lock can work it out every day. It takes about 18 months to practice it, minimum. Jalandhar Bandh is not easy. And there's no miracle about it. The posture is exactly the way it is. Your neck will become so steel-like in the back. Chin in, your body will raise. You have no weight on the back, on the base. That's the posture. If you do it 11 minutes a day, you will be surprised what change it brings in you. "11 minutes is not a difficult process. 11 minutes a day for 18 months. If you expect the result in a day or two, it's not going to happen. It's a consistent, constant process to develop. Tomorrow we'll talk at length about it and practice it. Now, just roll your tongue. Take your shoulders and roll your shoulders. Roll your shoulders. That's a high talk, huh? Roll your shoulders and roll your neck. Almonds is the diet of this chakra. Almonds, ear, nose and throat, ENT. They call it badam. Badam. Badam means which takes away the mucus of the body. Almonds. Bad means mucus. Means which removes. Its name of this almond is in the Ayurvedic, badam. Bad, badi, bad. Means no. People who take 5 almonds, soak them at night. In the morning they remove the skin and then grind it to absolute paste within your mouth. Don't swallow till it is absolutely, your tongue feels it's all pasted. And then swallow it. Do it for 40 days, see, 5, not more. Don't go crazy, because it's easy. 5 almonds takes about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to get pasted by the mouth. Try it. It's the most difficult thing to do, because you're making something out of something which is ordinary almonds, but when they are chewed by the mouth, the saliva, the almond's taste changes and its potency changes. It's just like a homeopathic medicine. And you can test it. There's a measurement in your tongue. You touch the upper palate, the tongue. If there's anything you feel hard, granule, it's not done yet. It's very funny. And when you do finish, you swallow it. You'll be shocked what a powerful medicine is that. ENT, eyes, nose and throat. Best thing for it. 5 almonds, soak them at night. Pick them in the morning, put them in your mouth and chew them. Till they become paste in your mouth, and then swallow. "11 minutes of Jalandhar Bandh, 11 minutes. Can totally change your looks. It is tense, 11 minutes, I understand. Because moment you get into Jalandhar Bandh, this arm, this nerve, right from the delta down to everything, will be pulled. And the moment you get into this, your upper body will be separate from the lower. Your energy flow will be totally different. It is a hidden secret of youth. You might feel people who are about 90-year-old, they look like babies. They practice this. I have met myself a man, 106, 7-year-old he was then, by age. He looked like 16, 17-year-old boy. He has perfected this posture. So basic power, and this chakra, 5th, involves with everything. From your going to bathroom, your sex, your balancing life, your commotion feeling, your speaking, talking, your thinking and intuition, and your total personality. We'll discuss tomorrow the 5th center and its relationship with 4th and the 6th. Now let us pray for our people. There's a ray of hope that there shall be peace, but I don't think so. We have tested our air power, we have not tested yet our naval and ground power. How can we do the whole thing and then in the middle of say peace? It's not Bush policy. Let us pray. Prayer is powerful. God knows it can change Bush's heart. Now the guy is willing to get out of Kuwait. They say no. They want him. He should get out of the Kuwait and get out of the Iraq too. They don't want any part of him. That is the faculty of difficulty. But let us pray for all those men who are facing. Pray the way you feel fit. Please.
Aung San Waheguru. 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 Aung San
May the long time sun
shine upon you.
love surround you,
And the
pure light within you guide your
way on.
May the long time sun
Sunshine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on.
guide.
Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
Our prayer is, Lord, give us the strength to bring peace home and peace to all those who are facing death at this time. May they leave their body in absolute peace and tranquility. Give strength to those who, in call of duty, have sacrificed themselves to be somewhere way away from home, and those who are defending their home. Everything which is happening, all things come from God and all things go to God. But this is our prayer, that may humanity must have peace and peace may rule, and the divinity of peace may touch every heart. Satnam. Well, we'll meet tomorrow again. Hey, there are mirrors. Good. Something has happened nice this week. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow come prepared for a very good 5th chakra class. We'll have fun.